Hey everybody, this is Denny.
And this is James from TDB, bringing you guys episode number 134. So today we have what has been described by another blogger.
Did you read this?
As liquid cocaine.
I didn't even know that, and I was already playing the part.
yeah, exactly. You played right into it.
I know.
We have an offering from Essence of Tea called the Kaiyuan Green Stamp. So it's been Malaysian stored.
Old, 15 years old.
Yeah, so from 2000, and we need some cups. Got some cups.
Useful for tea drinking.
Yeah.
Not required, but
highly recommended.
highly recommended.
Yeah.
I'd say that at least 99% of my tea sessions use cups.
I mean, it's optional. I mean, we could just do the pour to Denny, pour to James, straight in the mouth.
That'd be rough.
That'd be straight from pot to mouth.
So we have a some Yixing here, or is this Jing Shui?
This is Yixing.
Okay, so we have some Yixing clay, which is going to add, as you folks know, heat.
Yep.
And or rather, it will retain and absorb more heat. Might be the better way of putting it. And we are using a how much size here?
This is about 90 to 100 milliliters.
Okay.
I forget which one exactly.
Probably won't have
We're
a huge
using
impact.
about 7.5 grams. So we're using a high amount of leaf to water.
Mm-hmm.
As some of you guys might know, Essence of Tea is based in Malaysia now. So they sell a bunch of these Malaysia stored teas. And this has been the pick of many. So
Great.
I've tried it a couple times. I don't think you've tried it yet.
Nope.
So curious to see what Denny makes of it. I'll just give this one rinse. And we are clogged and unclogged.
As things happen.
Yes.
I noticed with these aged pu'ers, these aged raws, that they develop a orange, a deeper orange color, and that they will often start out yellow, or yellower, and get to an orange and even a red. Interesting.
So you can still smell a lot of storage on that. I mean, I
For
did
sure.
just give it one rinse. So I think I'm going to go ahead and actually give it another rinse. If I were just drinking and I had all the time in the world, I might just give it a single rinse. But because we want to get to the good stuff quicker,
You don't got time for those rinses.
yeah,
Come on now.
we live in the modern 2.0 world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
Are we in the T 2.0 phase of tea?
I don't know what that means either.
Yeah, there have been a lot of phases of tea. I think we're probably at least past the second phase.
Yeah.
Maybe we're introducing phase 0 in the United States.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of really bad, like zombie / like apocalypse movies where it's always like patient 0, you know?
Yeah, it's like the typewriter sound. It's like phase 0. Tea. Anyways, I think it's pretty clear by now that we both need to drink some tea. So I've now given it 2 rinses, and kind of like Denny was saying, we're getting this orange liqueur, a little bit reddish. Yeah, great clarity. Yeah, and this cake was still pretty compressed, considering its age and its level of maturation. So one thing to keep in mind.
And Malaysia is going to be wildly humid.
Yeah, and we actually talked to someone, tea friend here in Seattle, and he had picked up some tea, that's going to be rather hot, from Malaysia, and he had said one of the advantages of their storage is there's a very small seasonal shift compared with somewhere like Taiwan or Hong Kong, where there's going to be more of a distinct summertime, wintertime. So with Malaysia, a unique thing and a reason why people like its Pu'erh storage is because it's seasonally very consistent and very constant.
Get a little bit of fruit off of the nose.
Yeah, I can smell the fruit all the way over here.
Yeah, this will be nice. I'm wondering if there's a little bit of the storage, je ne sais quoi stuff in there, definitely still. But I do wonder how much of that is mixing into kind of that peaty, savory character.
We can see even the second steep, we're getting a deeper, redder. Mm-hmm. So, good things are yet to come.
Yep.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. This is a very roasted, wooey vibe to it, in my opinion. I'm getting a lot of mineral and not very much sweetness, not that much roundness, a lot of rock taste, interestingly enough, for me at least. What are you getting out of this, James?
Yeah, I think the minerals and the fruit are both somewhat similar.
With the fruit?
I'm not getting as much roastiness per se, but...
It's not like nut roast, it's kind of more like those charcoal, earthy flavors. I also get the texture of this is still pretty light. It's not that viscous.
And I think it's still coming apart.
It's nice. Yeah, I like there's a little dark fruit, dark pitted fruit sweetness. Kind of lingers. Maybe like a little bit of like cherries sort of vibe, currants maybe.
Yeah, I could go with that.
Really tasty. This steeping will be far more interesting, I think, because we're going to get hopefully more body.
Yep.
Maybe a hint of astringency, and maybe more of those sort of like deeper flavors.
And as we can see, the third steep, it's even darker and redder. So these teas are going to steep out for a while. So I'm trying to go quickly so we can just get more to the content on the show.
Yeah. Cheers. Really good. Yeah.
So now it's really hitting the mark, I'd say, on steep number 2 after 2 rinses.
Yeah.
Little bit of spiciness.
You can definitely get that. Yeah. A little bit of black pepper.
Very smooth.
Nice light texture still. I'm not getting the viscosity of a ripe pu'erh out of this. It's still even a white tea, I think, will be more viscous than this. Yeah, it's interesting that maybe that's the wooey ishness of this, you know? I don't know.
Well, the flavors you described, minerals, fruits, especially stone fruits, I think those are all sort of characteristic of wooey. So I don't think that's totally off base. The roastiness, I would say, is not as present. And I'm starting to sweat. So
it's warm.
Yes, it is. But I'm not wearing a hat, so joke's on you, fool.
God.
Got you good there.
Dang it! I'm gonna take this really personally and not record the next episode after this.
Yeah. We're gonna have a walk off camera. Yeah. Why do you have to go and make fun of my hat?
Hats are great, especially when drinking tea.
And this tea, you just see like the tea vapors and the oils on top of the cup. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, this is one of the side effects of Yixing, is you kind of have to recalibrate when stuff is hot versus not.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to keep going.
It's really starting to get, like, yeah. It's really starting to get this wonderful full-bodied sweetness on the front of it, and then I like that pepper, spicy category description. Maybe not black pepper, maybe kind of more of like a, I don't know, jalapeno pepper almost spice level on the tip of my tongue, which is nice. This is a very unique.
Yeah, you're not used to the spicy flavors as much in sort of like these aged teas. At least I'm not.
I'm not.
Yeah, so it's cool in that regard. I still feel like there's a lot of strength left in these leaves. Like, I feel like it's still kind of like drying out my mouth a little bit. Still a little bit astringent. So I would even be curious what this tea would be like in another 10 years.
I wonder. There's no, so what's your experience of the balance of the flavors, James? Do you think that one flavor sticks out too much, or are they balanced well with each other? Do they flow well? What do you think?
I think they flow pretty well right now. I sort of have that, and now that you've kind of remarked on the wooey aspects of it, it's kind of hard for me to unsee.
Yeah.
So like that same sort of like stone fruit and then astringency that happens. I'm tasting it all over my mouth right now. Great aftertaste, good throat taste as well. Way gone.
I definitely get the astringent mouth lingering, I think, now more than ever. This is quite tasty. The spiciness of it is unique. I think the first steepings are unique. I think the evolution of this tea is one of the most wonderful parts of it. It really feels like we're drinking a different tea than we were at first, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's offered a fun little dynamic experience, and it's a shame that TDB doesn't run for 45 minutes. That's probably a good thing, because this tea would offer lots of stuff for the next 15 infusions or so.
It's really true. Although, as I think we've made note of on the show, it can be hard to stay proficiently attentive throughout all those different steepings. So it would be equally interesting, I think, to be able to walk away from this tea and then come back to it in the 6th or 8th steeping and see what is that bitterness there? Is the spiciness still there?
Yeah, for sure. No, I mean, and that affects the tea, and I mean that's probably the more realistic form of drinking for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It's beautiful. Beautiful, deep red, a little hint of orange in there.
Yeah. I'm getting more earthy notes in this one, actually. More like mossy earthiness.
Interesting, because I wonder, so for me, I associate those earthier flavors earlier on in these teas usually. So interesting they're coming out later. I'm not getting that moss as much, but I think in general this is a very I would put it on the opposite spectrum of crisp, for whatever that's worth. I'm not sure what the opposite of that would be.
Not crisp.
Thank you. Perfect. Yeah, that was the word I was looking for in English language. Not crisp. So, James,
I don't know what the opposite of not crisp.
If folks want to learn about other brilliant descriptions such as not crisp and as well as a ton of musings about tea, tastings, articles, individual episodes, episodes where we bring on guests. What should some folks out there do?
Yeah, they should come check out tdb.org, releasing lots of content, weekly videos, multiple videos a week, articles, all kinds of things like that. And also, if this sort of storage sounds interesting to you, go check out essenceoftea.com. That's the blank side. And check out, I suspect that this tea may have been sold out by the time this video is released. But they have a lot of other Malaysian stored teas that I think are all really interesting. I'm a fan of the Malaysian storage.
Yeah, this is a fascinating tea. I think this is a challenging tea, a tea that's dynamic, and a pleasure to bring on the show. So,
yeah,
we'll see you guys next time.
Cheers.
Cheers.